Okay. Okay, everything is good. Hey Smudge, hey Jan, hey Alyssa, hey Vlogging, hey Jazz. How's everybody doing today? Hey Jennifer. Hey Mel. Ooh, why am I yawning? I feel off. I don't know. Something's weird. Slide over this way, maybe. I don't know. I feel off center. Turn that way, turn this way. I don't know. Hey, Ardeen. Hey, Kate. Hey, Jamie. Made it well have live. How long though? Oh, no. Well, at least you made it to the live for a little bit. Hey, Sophia. Hey, Jenny. Just got some blood work done. Oh, no. Is everything okay, vlogging? Right. Oh, my tag. So how's everybody's Tuesday going? My hair is so weird. It always lays one way. It looks crooked. I think I need a haircut. Or I need to actually just stop being lazy and do my hair and it'll look fine. It's hotter outside than Satan's anus. Oh no. Yes, everything is fine. Okay, well that's good. Not good. YouTube won't let me be great. Well, vice versa. What are you doing? Surviving. I may get to move into a rental house soon. Oh my god, Wi-Fi, a bathtub space. Right? I mean, I'm sure it's fun to be in the camper or the trailer for a little bit, you know, hang out with everybody, have some fun. But then I'm sure after a little bit, you're like, go away. I need my space. Mom needs her space. Leave me alone. Work was horrible. Oh no. Hey, Elizabeth. Yay, happy Tuesday. Some Karen at the skate park is trying to FaceTime, screaming at her kids, trying to be quiet. Like, the fuck, skate park is so loud. What? Like, she's like FaceTiming her kids to be quiet, or she's complaining about the people at the skate park that they're too loud. It's my Monday, back to the grind tonight. Oh. Dude, how big is that candle? Okay, so everybody keeps commenting on the candle. Okay, I get so many comments on the video. So the candle is actually just 2 fake candles inside of a glass candle holder. That's all it is. Like every video, everybody always comments and like, that's got to be like the world's largest candle. Now, if it was a real candle, yes, definitely would be huge. But yeah, it's just 2 fake candles inside of a glass candle holder. Two months of living in the motorhome. I'm ready to be in a house. Yeah, I can only imagine. No complaining about the people at the complaining about the people at the park being loud. Like, oh my god, like you're at a park. Like, what do you expect? You're at a park. It's gonna be loud. Oh my god, candle clickbaited. Yes, I candle clickbaited you. I am going to be the new spokesperson of the drama community, or the candle community drama clickbait. Hey, Crystal, how's it going? Carol Baskin out again. Yeah, I saw Carol Baskin jumping on the WAP train, complaining about the tigers being used in the videos. And it's like, I think Carol Baskin's going to take any opportunity she can right now to try to remain in the public eye. Anything that can get her attention, because I saw her cameos that have been going viral of people requesting cameos from her. So she's getting money from Cameo now, so she can keep her name in the public eye. People are going to be paying more attention to her. So, of course, she's going to jump on any kind of situation that would possibly bring her attention. Right? Her poor kids are so embarrassed. Oh, yeah, I'd definitely be embarrassed too. Hey, Lily. Thank you. Yes, don't forget to thumbs up the live. Thank you very much. Oh, so what do you guys want to talk about today? What topics do you want to talk about? I should have done my hair. It's going to drive me crazy. I have a confession. I never watched Tiger King there. I said, oh, no. Jenny, I'm so disappointed, but I'll forgive you. Even though Tiger King was like the greatest show ever. Let's see what's going on Twitter today. I'm so excited for Jake Yonsei and Deep Dive on Trees Room. Oh, that's what I wanted to watch before I came on, was their full trailer. I saw that. The first trailer, when it came out, okay, I was like, is this Teresa Romer? But then like the song sounded like it was Paris Hilton. So I was like, okay, is this about Paris Hilton? Is this about Teresa Romer? What is this about? Because the video reminded me of Teresa Romer. So I couldn't figure out, like, was it about Paris Hilton or was it about Teresa Romer? So now it's officially about Teresa Romer. So I'm super excited. I hope that they flew back down to Houston and they finally got Carrie out of the garden. So she is back home and safe, because I know that she got locked out and she couldn't get inside. We got to see 5 seconds of summer to 1 billion stream. Or we got 5 seconds of summer to 1 billion streams. Oh, very nice. Have you ever seen 90 Day Fiancé? I've seen some of the other 90 Day Fiancés, but I haven't seen this season. I've been terrible about watching that. But yeah, I also did see it. You made it into the trailer, Jamie, so that's exciting. We all got kicked out. Good times, right? Mm-hmm. Well, I did a video about that when Teresa did her video about Nick, and Nick did his video back about her, and like her saying that, you know, the party was from like 1 to 3 or whatever, but you go and you look at her Instagram and it literally says 12 to 4. So like she can't even know, she doesn't even know the time that her own meet and greet was scheduled for. And it's like, the only thing you had to do was go back to your own Instagram and look at it, and it's right there. I thought it might be J-Star, but I was wrong. I'm glad it was. Well, I love Carrie. I miss her commentary. I love Carrie. Carrie's so funny. And her daily posts with Miss T and family just bring me so much joy. Hey, Bree. That's because nobody was there to see her, right? She probably thought that people were going to be so excited to come to a meet and greet at Teresa Romer's house, so then that way they could tour her massive closet. And then, you know, she'd be like, everyone's coming to see me because people, like, anybody can come in and see my closet because it's an open event to the public. You just have to pay to go and see it. And she's like, I bet so many people are going to come and see me and want to see my closet and be in my closet. And like, nobody did. Nobody could care. Nobody cares. Sorry, Teresa. Nobody was there for you. When was that meet and greet? Was that in November? Hey, Natasha. I just need a billboard to fix the mistakes they did to 5 seconds of summer. Oh no, what happened? November. Okay. Yeah, because I remember like I was like, oh, I want to go so bad. Except for one, I hate flying. Absolutely hate flying. And I was pretty sure it was in November. And November for me when I was working was holiday time. So obviously getting time off of work in November for more than one day in a row is next to impossible. So, and especially I think it was a weekend. Oh, it was December? Hold on. Let's see here. Let's go to her Instagram page. Oh, I didn't know she was verified on Instagram. She's fancy. Let's see here. When was this post? That was December 15th. Oh, it was November 2nd, Saturday, November 2nd. So to get time off in November, let alone a Saturday, it'd have to be like a Saturday, Sunday. Next to impossible. Hey, Natasha. After Nick Snyder's and Vice versus vids on Teresa Roma, really looking forward to the new one. Even when it was pointed out the time in the post are different, she still states she was right. Well, she's never going to admit that she's wrong because then she would have to admit that she's wrong. And she's Teresa Romer. She's never wrong about anything. The holiday party was in December. Meet and greet was in November. Okay. No, I was there in November for Nick's housewarming and the meet and greet. Well, they did. Didn't they do? Did Nick do? Nick did two parties. He did his housewarming party, which they didn't really do many videos about, right? And then he did the Christmas party. I think if I remember correct, because I don't think they didn't do any videos really for the housewarming party, did they? I think everybody just kind of got together. Then his Christmas party in December. Yeah, okay. She only got verified because of Nick, Dustin, and Paige. Yeah, I mean, she has a decent following on Instagram. She has, what does she have? 200 some thousand. Yeah, she has 228,000 followers on Instagram. I mean, she's doing way better than me and my 112 followers. But I also only have 4 posts and then I stopped posting. So one day I'll go back to posting on Instagram. Oh, my soda's making me gassy. I was just watching Paige's live stream on Twitch about like the feeder community and feederism or whatever it's called. And she's talking about how they like people who drink soda because then it makes them burp and stuff. And now that's all I can think about every time that I burp. Yeah, so we have that video coming out. So if you haven't seen Jake Yonsei, none of the drama channels deep dive, their first one about Elijah Daniel and Christine, that one is really good. So definitely go and check that out. Does anyone know what happened with the channel with all the Care Bears? What happened to her? The channel with all the Care Bears. Is it a drama channel? Or is it just a channel about Care Bears? I love that video. Yeah, that was a good video. Don't worry, the feeders will leave you alone. Enjoy your soda. Oh, Karina. Karina's still there. she just took down, since they did the thing where like if you like have like basically like a bunch of toys and stuff in the background, they assume that your content is intended for kids, and they then basically don't really allow you to monetize your channel very much anymore. So she took down all of her old videos that were all like in front of the camera because she had all that stuff behind her, and now she just is doing voiceovers. So they basically just missed kind of the number of albums sold, their debut week, and they have to fix. And they have fixed for other artists, but not 5 Seconds of Summer. So we decided to speak up. So this out fixed it. Okay. I thought she had Kermit. Yeah, they were Kermits, not Care Bears. Yeah, and she finally reopened her her comment section, which has been closed since I've ever known about her. Hey, so not too much. We're just kind of getting into it right now. Let's see here. Okay, this is the link to the Deep Dive channel with Jake Yonsei and Not Another Drama channel. So if you want to follow them so you can see the video that's coming out about Teresa Romer, that is the channel that they're going to post on. They got together and made a joint channel where they make videos together. YouTube is so ridiculous trying to say because you have stuffed animals and dolls in the background, it's kids content. Do they look at content first? No, they don't. But it's surprising what they'll actually like go back and do. My video about Jeffree Star and the Montana drama, where I put the screenshots of the DMs, the alleged DMs or fake DMs, whatever they are, and read them out. I didn't like blur out or put censor bars over top of the C word, and I just said C word. And for the first 2 days, that video was monetized. And then I checked my studio, and that video is now demonetized. So I went in and I looked at the things. So I saw a lot of people were getting demonetized for like random things in the videos that weren't even pertaining to what they were talking about in their video. And they're like, "What? This is not even correct." But it literally says like harsh words such as, actually, what? Let me see what the actual it gives you an actual like list. Add suitability, feedback. Okay. So it says extreme profanity use in the titles, thumbnails, or any portion throughout the video. Example, the C word, the N word, the F word, or other hateful slurs. So because I didn't have it blocked out or blurred out, they demonetized my video. Hey, Desiree. So Shane's puppet videos are still up then and demonetized. That I don't know. I think that all of those videos are deleted. Hey, Diane, how's it going? My strings aren't even. Okay. Never ceases to amaze me how messed up YouTube is. They talk about ad-friendly, blah, 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 but they still monetize Jake Paul and Tana Mongoose. Susan is shady. Hey, Jen. Yeah, like, you know, and they even say, like, as you're going through and, like, you fill out a questionnaire about your video, and it's like, do you have any stunts or any pranks or, like, any of that stuff in? And you have to, like, check it. But yet, most of their videos are still monetized, and they're still making money off of them. So it's like, okay, so you're going to punish me for not getting that word censored out, even though I didn't say it. It was just in text on the screen. And so it's like, whatever. But I mean, the video was already up for 2 days. So the amount of views that it was going to get is the amount of views that it was going to get. So regardless, I guess it doesn't really matter. It wasn't demonetized at the beginning. So I guess that's good. I mean, I could go back in and try to figure out how to blur it and stuff, but I mean, it is what it is. I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, so we have all that. So yeah, we have Jake Yonsei on the Drama Channel's video coming out on the 15th. So definitely stay tuned for that. It turns out that we have some new houses starting. There's apparently a reality show coming out about the Hype House, which is already established. There's a new content creator house coming out called the Drip Crib, which they're filming an entire reality show around starting. And literally in the trailer, it says starting a content creator's house is insane, but starting one in the middle of a pandemic is just, out of control. It's like, why are you starting a content creator house in the middle of a pandemic? First of all, so you're going to be gathering all of these people to come and live in a house. So before these people come and live in a house, are they going to go off in quarantine for 14 days before coming to the house? Because who knows who they've all been around. And from what I keep hearing, as far as the Hype House goes, there's 25 people who live in the Hype House. So I'm going to assume that there's going to be at least 10 people in this house. They've showed them already together in the house, like throwing parties and stuff. And it's just like, why are they doing this? And why is this is this picked up as a show, even if it's on a YouTube show? And why is YouTube allowing this content to be monetized? So we have that coming. And then on top of that, we have now, I guess, the Beauty House is coming out from, oh God, who is it? Cole Kerrigan. And it's Lademi. I have no idea who that is. It's called the Glam House, Beverly Hills. So where they're going to bring a bunch of beauty gurus together, or even like smaller beauty influencers. I mean, Cole said stay tuned to see who's going to be here. I don't really know who's going to be there as far as large creators, because when I think of a large beauty creator, you think obviously James Charles. He's not going there. Manny MUA. It could be somebody like Gabriel Zamora. Excuse me. Bretman Rock's not going to be there. There's no way anybody with a large following or larger than him is going to be there. Maybe I could see him maybe getting Thomas Halbert in there. I don't really know. I don't know, anything, to remain relevant, I guess. There's a YouTuber who films dine malls and retail stores. He used to bring his daughter along, but YouTube demonetized him and removed his ability to comment. YouTube flagged him as a kid's channel when his content wasn't. Yeah, just because he had his daughter with him, right? Money talks and BS Box with YouTube. As long as you bring in the views and money, you can't do anything wrong on YouTube. Exactly. All these content creators are like frat houses. Exactly. Cole Karen's a joke. I agree. Cole's craziness friends are bizarre. It's a bunch of Cole's friends. Yeah, I don't know anybody who would want to, or any large beauty creators that are going to be moving into the house. I know that there's, tons and tons of creators that I have no idea who they are. I'm not even going to lie about that. There's so many people on YouTube that it's impossible to know everybody. And there's definitely so many beauty YouTubers. There's so many different drama channels. There's drama channels that pop up on my feed all the time that I have no idea who they are, who has, they have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. And I'm I've never even heard of this person. So even in my own genre, there's people that I've never heard of. So I know that there's tons of beauty content creators out there that I don't know who could possibly be moving into this house. But at the same time, it's why? Why? Is it just because you're able to do collabs easier? You're going to be living in Beverly Hills now, opposed to in all different parts. So you'll have access to more content creators because so many people live in the California, LA, Beverly Hills, Hidden Hills area. Did he want to be closer to Jeffree Star so he doesn't have to travel back and forth from Texas to Hidden Hills anymore? Is he in Hidden Hills now? Hidden Hills? Because he was in No, he was in Calabasas, right? So now he's in Hidden Hills? Or is Hidden Hills Calabasas? I don't know. Sounds like a wannabe real world. Exactly. Yes. I mean, all these content house creator things are basically the real world on YouTube or on TikTok with more people. And let's be honest, with more money. And it's costing them no money. Because from what I understand, anyways, like the house that the Hype House lives in is one of the same houses that Alyssa Violet lives in from, if you remember the Shane Dawson series that he did on Jake Paul, where like he went to that house and it's like 5 or 6 stories or whatever, and there's literally like 5 or 6 of the houses in a row, like some architect like made them like that, and then some investor bought all of them and then basically pays for the people to live there, but then obviously he's got to be getting some kind of money in return from them, from their sponsorship, stuff like that. So I don't know if they signed a contract saying like, hey, you can live in this house, but you have to give me, 10% of everything that you earn, stuff like that. But they're not living there for free. But basically, what I'm assuming is that they have a contract with whoever owns the place that they have to give them a percentage of their money, because there's no way they're going to be letting them live there for free. But yeah, the Hype House, because they all have that same thing where it says like Hollywood above the pool. So they're all the same house. Like it's like 6 different houses in a row. Yeah. Yeah, something weird with that, Cole. Yeah, I don't know. Why, Cole? Is it that interesting to watch? I don't think so. I mean, maybe he just missed the Team 10 house and wanted to make his own version of it. Move me in. I'll go all mom on them and teach them how to teach them respect and manners. Oh, Jamie, you don't want to be in charge of all those people. Do you think that all of those people have respect for anybody but themselves? And let's be honest, a lot of them don't even respect themselves. Yeah, Hidden Hills with the case. Okay. Yeah, I thought, yeah. So he was in Calabasas, then he moved to Hidden Hills. But I'm pretty sure they're like semi-close to each other. But I mean, they're not super far away, but I believe they're around the same area. Hey, Marva. YouTube, Airbnb. Yeah, that's basically what it is. All the MUAs from the new house called the Clown. Oh my god. Right? I mean, that it would have been funnier if they would have called it the Clown House instead of like the Glam House. Hey Jeffrey, how are you? So I don't know. I'm just like, why are we having all these houses pop up now during the middle of a pandemic? And then on top of that, you have like, I'm going to be going on like a whole rant video. I'm going to either film it tonight or tomorrow, but it's basically about like influencer accountability, and what was the other word that I had? Entitlement. Because basically the founder of the Hype House, Thomas, I think, what is his last name? Like Thomas Petro, did an interview with the New York Times where he basically said, we can't not, film content and part. So basically he said, we're going to keep partying because we need to be able to film content because we can't not work for a year. And it's like, okay, but hear me out. You live in a house with 25 other people. Why do you need to find other people to film content with? You have 24 other people to film content with. Even if you film content with one other person a day, that's 24 days worth of content. There's no reason that you need to be going out and partying and meeting other people when you have that many people living in the same house. And what about all the other people in the world who can't go to work because of people like you who are continuing to go out and party, which then is spreading everything around more, so they are unable to go to work because you won't stop partying? Like, the entitlement is just ridiculous. Okay, finally here to pay attention. What a stressful day. Like the live, y'all. Oh, thanks, Kate. Those people don't understand the definition of quarantine. No, they don't understand the definition of a lot of things. You have to add circus music if you get clips of the new house. Oh, yeah. Got the circus music ready to go. It's all ready. Love the hoodie. Oh, well, thank you, Kate. I got my new hoodie merch out. Is it backwards on the screen, though? You know, I just realized that. In my videos, is it the right way? On my screen, it's backwards. I guess I didn't even pay attention. No, it's not. It's not. Okay. Okay. On my screen, I would be like, have I been putting out all these videos with the merch in it and like all backwards? So, yes, this is my new merch that I have out. So it is linked down below if you like it. I have it linked down there. T-shirts, shirts, hoodies, all that fun stuff. So definitely check it out. Okay, good. I was like, is it backwards? I hope it's not backwards. That'd be embarrassing. Can't wait to get mine. Oh, Natasha, have you got an update on when you're shipping or when it's going to be there? Because mine came like way faster than it said. It came like a week earlier. In the videos, it's the right way. Okay, good. Let's see. Let's keep it real. They're giving us all the middle finger. What everyone needs to do is unsubscribe and stop watching their content. Yeah, I mean, but let's be honest, people are gonna watch it because well, I'm gonna have to watch it because I'm gonna end up reporting on it. But it's like they have all these followers together. Like you think, okay, even like the Hype House alone, if there's 25 of them, I mean, is Charlie D'Amelio still in the Hype House? I think she's still in the Hype House, right? And doesn't she have like 80 million followers on TikTok? So between them, they probably have like, oh gosh, this is going to be loud. Oh, I had it muted. Okay. They have, Charlie D'Amelio so she has 78.5 million followers on TikTok. So if there's 25 people in the house and Charlie D'Amelio alone has basically 79 million followers, they easily have like over 500 million followers between everybody. So, I mean, and that's like low. Let's see, if they had 1 billion followers. Oh, my calculator won't go that high this way. Divided by 25. Yeah, so if they each had 40 million followers and there was 25 people there, then they would have over 1 billion followers between all of them, which is just insane to think about. So even if we lowball it and say that they had 500 million subscribers or followers between all of them, why would they even need to worry about making more content videos with new people? Because they could easily be making enough money to survive off of, locked down, not leaving the house, off of sponsorships with that many people between all of them. But no, the only thing they care about is making more money and getting the attention. That's all that they care about. Let's see. Love it. Have to wait for payday. Oh, well, thank you, Lee. Nobody can stop watching the train wrecks. Agreed. Oh no, it says it's been printed. Okay, well then, like, it should ship pretty soon after that. So you might even get it by Friday. Start your own house. I do not have enough clout to start a house. That's for sure, or the money. A Witch's Brew. No, Charlie and his sister aren't part of the Hype House due to business reasons. Okay, well, before they were, anyways. So yeah, so then we'll just say that they have 500 million since her and her sister are gone. Depends on how many of those fans are overlapping. Well, that's true, but each person doesn't matter if, say, one person is subscribed to this person or following this person and also to this person. The brand will just look at, okay, this person has 50 million followers, this person has 50 million followers. We're going to pay them both money each to do these posts, even though they're part of the same house. Because yes, they will have some of the same followers, but they will have some that aren't. So they're just going to go off of actual follower numbers. So for them, it doesn't matter if they really overlap. For them, it's just like, oh my gosh. For them, it's the bigger picture of the numbers. But yeah, I mean, with that amount of followers, subscribers, whatever, they could easily be making enough money off of sponsored posts alone, on top of brand deals, on top of, just their regular income. And on top of that, if all of them are like so worried about TikTok being banned, then they should also at the same time be staying home and thinking about how they're going to film YouTube content, creating their YouTube channels, getting their YouTube subscribers up. Because if TikTok gets banned, then what are they going to do? They're going to start all the way back over if they don't already have their YouTube channel ready to go established. And then they're not going to have as much income as before. So then they're not going to be able to maintain the same lifestyle that they had before. So they're going to have to basically start all over. And instead of spending the time now on quarantine saying, hey, I'm still going to be making my TikTok videos, but on top of that, I'm going to be starting YouTube videos. So definitely come and follow me over on YouTube, and actually filming good YouTube content on top of that. They're not really doing that from what I can see. Hey, American Princess. Did anybody figure out what Trisha was doing with all those Jason videos? No, but she uploaded like I think 36 videos about her and Jason in an hour or something like that. And it's like, what? Like, why? Like, is she just looking for some attention? Are her and Jason getting back together? Or what's going on? I have no idea. Yay, just ordered one of your hoodies. Oh, well, thank you so much, Jamie. That means so much. You're awesome. It'll keep you nice and warm up there when it gets cold. And Jamie, if you have any of Nick's hoodies, it's the same quality that his are, the material wise. It amazes me someone can get rich and successful due to dancing around in a room. Didn't Charlie get accused of stealing moves from a Black TikTok creator? Yes, Brie. Yes, she did. I guess like the dance that she did was like a easier version of the original dance or something. But then all the backlash got happened again when I think somebody like bring her on somewhere to like teach the dance to some like cheerleaders for like a basketball team or something. I'm not really sure. Maybe I'm just confusing myself. But everybody was then, I thought, like giving her backlash because they're like, well, she's not even the originator of the dance. Why aren't you giving credit for the original person? Or am I getting that backwards and they brought out the original person to teach the dance? I don't know. I'm confusing myself now. I'm trying really hard to keep up with this TikTok drama and all this TikTok stuff, but I don't really get it that much. Not gonna lie. There's so much stuff that's on TikTok. I just am scrolling through it, trying to figure it out. It's just a lot. Hey, Gail, how are you? Oh, Jay, I'm watching the U.S. news, and you've had a shooting. Wait, what? Same as your lockdown laws. I don't get it. We just had a shooting. What happened? Hold on. Twitter. Oh, there's a shooting at the White House? Okay, do you know what's sad is that there's nothing even on Twitter about it. I have to wait. Until I'm not broke. Oh, okay, I hear you there. Also, Nick's hoodies are so soft and comfy. Yeah, it's super soft. The Renegade dance is started by is that Jalila Harmon? She was on the Ellen show. Okay. Isn't TikTok on in 40 days? TikTok's supposed to be banned in 40 days if it is basically not sold from the Chinese parent company to a U.S. owner, from what I understand. The other girl, she gets some of Charlie's money then. Yeah, 100%. The thing is, though, is like I know there was that big battle with Fortnite about copyright with the dance moves and stuff. And I think didn't everybody lose the case against Fortnite and they said that dance moves can't be copyrighted. So there's really nothing that she could do. Now, if Charlie gave her some of the money, that would be a nice thing for Charlie to do and be like, hey, even if she's like, here's, $2 million, thanks so much. I mean, that would like change that girl's life forever. She gotta go. She gotta run. Love you. All right, bye, Jamie. Love you. Thanks so much for coming. Hopefully you get that rental house soon. That was yesterday. Okay, another shooting at the White House. I thought it was yesterday. Was it yesterday? Okay, I didn't even see anything on Twitter about that yesterday. Like, clearly my Twitter doesn't care. Why is the TikTok for US to own, but not the Chinese? So from what I understand about the whole TikTok thing is that the US government believes that the app, since it's owned by the Chinese, it's not owned by the Chinese government, but just a Chinese company, is basically spying and stealing data from US citizens, I believe. I think that's why they want it banned. Clearly, it's a conspiracy theory from the government. Excuse me. I don't know if maybe, the government's been watching too many conspiracy theory videos and they think that since it's owned by a Chinese company, that it's spying and stealing data from US citizens. So I believe that's why they're trying to ban it. If anybody knows for sure, let me know, but that's what they are saying. Now, I think it's just kind of smoke and mirrors, and it's getting people off of thinking about other things, about the election, about other things that the president has done, stuff like that. And let's be honest, TikTok is focused primarily on younger people, and a lot of older people just don't agree with what a lot of the younger generation is doing. And so I feel like if Trump can get TikTok banned, then maybe that'll pull some of the older generation away from voting for somebody else to voting for Trump and saying, we need to get this stuff or get these kids off of the social media stuff. So we're going to ban it basically and protect our future. I don't know. That's my theory there. But let's see here. Hey, Courtney. The original Renegade dance creator performed at the NBA All-Star game. Okay, thank you. Excuse me. When the shooting happened at the White House, they pulled the president out of live press conference to tell him about the shooting. Trump wants to cut. It's a distraction from the election. I'm wondering if Trump joined TikTok and they banned him and they said, no, you can't be on here. Oh, thank you, everybody. Is an app worldwide use? Yes, but I think in places like China, they can ban apps because they have control over their internet there, basically. And like they can block sites like Facebook, they can block sites like Google that you can't use. And I think they can do like I think India does it too, where you can't have access to certain sites. But as far as like the US, I don't know if they would be able to have control over that because one, there's so many internet networks, there's VPNs. So even if they block it based off of geolocation, you could just use a VPN to get on it. It's a widely held concern. India has already banned it, and 40 other countries. But see, my thing is like, why is that not with every? If they're doing it with TikTok, then what about every other app that's made and owned in China? So the U.S. can spy on the world, right? Mm-hmm. Trump is just mad because people are constantly boycotting him and his rallies. The anti-competition in TikTok has a lot to do with the anti-Trump propaganda. If annoying orange band, TikTok, these COVID partiers will have to get a real job and twerk and they'll just move over to like Snapchat or something. Banning WeChat is going to affect a lot of the Chinese and Americans who have family back in China as well. Yeah, because that's the only way they can communicate is through WeChat. Trump wants to cancel TikTok because he can't get the dance steps out right. That's the other thing. I don't think he can legally do it anyways. Not 40 other countries. Apps. Oh, okay. A lot of TikTokers bought tickets for Trump coronavirus rally and no one showed up as a prank. Oh yeah. Didn't K-pop do that? Didn't the K-pop stands on Twitter do that too, where they basically told everyone to buy tickets to Trump rallies and not go? Which is funny, don't get me wrong. And hopefully they were smart enough to all charge back their accounts so that way he didn't get the money. Otherwise, he just got the money and it doesn't really matter. And it just looks like nobody showed up on TV, but in all actuality, he still got the money. But if they were definitely smart, they would have contacted their bank and be like, I need to charge back on this. I didn't pay for this. This wasn't me. The rally tickets are free. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. That is good. It's weird that it'd be free, though. You think that he'd want to get money. Yeah, so I mean, I guess we'll just find out and see what happens on TikTok. I know that Microsoft was in talks with buying TikTok. I'm surprised that like Amazon or Apple hasn't bought it, let's be honest. But I saw that Instagram is now doing their own version of TikTok. What do they call it? Like slides or something? Reels. What's it called? Reels. And TikTok shaded them underneath their post, and they were like, "Oh, how original! This has never been done before. Groundbreaking!" Because it literally just looks like stuff that you can do on TikTok. So, basically, if TikTok gets banned, Instagram is going to say, "Hey, if you're on TikTok, come over here because you can do the exact same thing on TikTok or you can do the exact same thing on Instagram now that you were doing on TikTok." So it was smart on Instagram's part, just in case TikTok does get banned. But we'll have to see if Microsoft ends up buying TikTok or not. Don't you think Nikita and the Lopez twins and the Ray guy look like they've been partying with that? And I don't know anything about that. They should be free. I wouldn't pay to see that we're on Tock. Well, I mean, Lee's right. Well, we are paying for those rallies. Yes, like the U.S. taxpayers are paying for the rallies. We're paying for the security for them. We're paying to set them up, take them down, paying for the space for them to be in, all that stuff. So technically, we are paying for them, unfortunately. Trump was trying to facilitate a deal between Microsoft and TikTok, even though Microsoft doesn't seem too interested in buying them. That's the part that seems illegal about it to me. Well, and on top of that, yeah, like he shouldn't be involved in any kind of business deals like that because he's the president of the United States. That is not anything that he should be doing. Just like he shouldn't have done that Goya post that he did. To me, that seems like a brand endorsement. As the president of the United States, I'm pretty sure that is not legally acceptable for him to be doing. Somebody posted something about that, some lawyer that I saw on Twitter who was basically like, you can't be posting stuff like this because it's showing as an endorsement of you endorsing this company. So it's basically like to me, what that is an undisclosed sponsored post, because pretty sure that company also donates to Trump's ad campaign. So he's getting money from them and then is posting basically sponsored content on his technically it's his personal Twitter, because he refused to use the presidential, like the doesn't every president get their own Twitter and it's like President 45 or whatever? I don't know. I thought I saw something like that, where they give you like an official like Twitter account, but he chose to use his own personal one because he already had his followers and stuff on there. So it's like he's posting basically sponsored posts on his Twitter account, which he's received money from somebody for his ad campaigns or for his presidential campaign, and is basically not disclosing. So seems like an FTC violation to me. Facebook is making their own version of TikTok. Okay. I'm not on Facebook anymore, so I have no idea what's going on over there. Some people want Netflix to buy TikTok. That's like, why would Netflix want to buy TikTok though? But I mean, I guess if it makes some money. Hey, Bonnie. Any app made in China is literally owned by them. China is able to find detractors to the government through those apps and threaten them. I'm no fan. However, I'm no China. Okay, I see what you're saying. Netflix should buy TikTok if Microsoft can't close the deal. As well as a college student in Australia, I was literally threatened by China for speaking out against their policies. Oh, that's scary. He doesn't care about legality. He cares if he can make money, right? Mm-hmm. I heard that Perez Hilton was banned from TikTok. Oh no, did he finally get banned? The voting is always rigged. Mm-hmm. Trump breaking FTC guidelines, giving influencers a run for them. Right? I know. I'm going to expect him to sit down in front of a camera wearing a Nick Snyder in a dark place apology hoodie and apologize for not disclosing his sponsorships. That's what I'm going to need. Hey, Shanoa, happy anniversary. Were you going to dinner, Shanoa? Oh, give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Ooh, to the casino. All right, well, have a good dinner and win big. No, Smudge. I don't think you will. The day Trump apologizes for anything is when pigs start to fly. Time to like the live. I love Goya food. I bought from them for 10 years. I don't care. See, I don't even know who they are. I don't know if that's bad of me. I don't know what Goya food is. I don't know what Goya products there are. I know that somebody said that I saw that it was like Goya beans. So do they just make a bunch of random things? I have no idea. Because I'm cheap and I just buy the basic Hy-Vee beans or Fairway beans or Sunshine beans. Whatever grocery store I'm at, it's that's just what I buy. Goya food is Mexican line of food. Oh, okay. See, I'm an Ortega kind of person. I get the Ortega taco mix and I get the Ortega taco shells. That's what I get. The only time I usually use beans is when I'm making chili. So I'm not a big burrito person. But that's just me. So so that is that. What else do we have to talk about today? Ortega is great. Yep. I like the Ortega. Oh, and yep, if I can't get the Ortega, I get the Old El Paso. I know chili is good. I think I might make chili tomorrow. I don't even care that it's 100 degrees out. Chili is the best. And I know it's just a Midwest thing, but chili and cinnamon rolls is where it's at. You have chili, and then you have a cinnamon roll to eat right after, and then you use the cinnamon roll to scrape out what's left of the chili, and it's the best thing ever. Oops. Mm-mm. They have Goya Spanish style yellow rice mix. Ooh, I get Old El Paso too. Do you make it real spicy? I don't do spicy. I'm not a spicy person. Goya Food Inc. is an American-produced brand of food sold in the United States and many Hispanic countries. Okay, now I want to make chili. You're welcome, Meg. I'm totally gonna try that. Yeah, I don't know. Everyone thinks it's so weird, but like it's a huge like Midwest thing. And I don't know, like, because even in school as a kid, when it'd be like chili day, you'd get your chili in your bowl, obviously, and your like snack with it was always a cinnamon roll. And if you've ever been in the Midwest and you know what runs a restaurant is, it's the only place that I've ever been at restaurant wise, like fast food wise, that you can get chili and a cinnamon roll. And everyone thinks it's so weird, but everyone's always like, you at Wendy's, you take your fries and you dunk it in your Frosty, and it's the mixture of like the sweet and savory. And like this is kind of the same thing because you have like the hardiness of the chili and then the sweetness of the cinnamon roll, and you just like scoop out the chili, what's left in the bowl, like, and you just, it's good. I promise it's good. Homemade cinnamon rolls are good anytime. That's true. That's true. Although I am way too lazy to make homemade cinnamon rolls, I'm not even gonna lie. I know I shouldn't be so lazy, but it's just so easy to like open up that Pillsbury can and just plop them right in and put them in the oven. This is new to me. It sounds it is so yummy. Goya is based in New York, but they have a lot of products that are more authentic than Old El Paso. Okay. Excuse me. I've heard of cornbread served with chili. Yep, they've done that too. Tell us about your Instant Pot. Do you love it? I love my Instant Pot. I'm just so terrible at using it. I'm not gonna lie. The only thing I use my Instant Pot for is chicken. So if I'm making chicken breast or if I'm going to use chicken to make a chicken quesadilla, I'll throw it in the Instant Pot because whenever I decide to make chicken or whenever I'm like making food, I never pre-plan. I'm not a pre-planner. I'm terrible at that. So like anytime that I make chili or I make tacos, I'll pull the meat right out of the freezer, put it in the microwave and defrost it and go from there. But whenever I decide to make chicken, I'll do the exact same thing. But then obviously it's frozen. So instead of having to defrost it, I literally just throw it right in the Instant Pot and go, and it's done in like 20 minutes. And then you got your chicken breast all ready to go. So you can just eat it like that, or you can then shred it up and use it for quesadillas. There we go. The CEO of Goya Foods praised Trump and blessed President. And there's a huge backlash against the company because Trump's racist attitude towards Hispanics. Yep. Cinnamon rolls smell so good when they're, oh yeah. Like cinnamon rolls and like cookies, any kind of baked goods smell so good baking. And I love the smell of bread. I have like a bread maker and I'm terrible at using it, but the smell of like baking bread is like one of my favorite smells. I want a Japanese rice cooker. I need one. Don't even just want one. Can you do cooking with? Oh my god, those videos would be so boring because my food is so plain. I'm not even gonna lie. No judgment on the Pillsbury cinnamon rolls. That's literally the only way I know how to make them. Yeah, I know, and it's just so nice. You just like pop open the can. You get that little satisfying pop when it happens. Throw them in the oven. You got your. If you get the Cinnabon ones, you have the icing already there, ready to go. You just spread that on when it's done. It's amazing. I'm the same way with my Instant Pot. Yeah, like it's amazing for if you're cooking chicken because you don't have to think about it. Hey, Ashley. I work next to a bread factory and the smells so good. Yep. In my hometown, we had a Sara Lee bakery or Sara Lee like outlet factory like 5 blocks from my parents' house, and like every day you just wake up and it smells like fresh bread. Although sometimes you wake up and it doesn't smell so good, because also about a mile from my parents' house, well, no, probably further, probably about like 4 or 5 miles from my parents' house. No, not even that far. Yeah, probably about 4 miles maybe. Was a meatpacking plant. So depending on which way the wind was blowing, you either got fresh baked bread smell or you got meatpacking plant smell. So you just didn't know what you were going to smell when you went out in the mornings. And cans and rolls are divine. It's a thank you. Thank you. Laura, we're just talking about a bunch of random stuff right now. The orange rolls are delicious, especially the icing. I'm petrified of the dough pop. I know every time that I do it, I'm like, just waiting for it to explode, because I'm like, one of these times it's gonna like explode and like pop all over. But it is what it is. It's always scary. It's something you never get used to. And like the last one I couldn't get open, and I was like pulling it, like twisting it, and nothing. So like I had to like take my spoon and I was like trying to like cut it open a little bit, and I'm like, ugh. I don't know. Have you seen the making cloud bread TikToks and YouTube videos? No. What's cloud bread? Cooking and baking isn't hard. You just need patience, be able to read, have someone who cooks a lot to call for advice. It's smart to do. Oh yeah. Well, like, my biggest thing though is like, since it's just me, usually like anything, like if I get anything for a recipe, it's usually just for that one recipe, and then it ends up going to waste. So I need to find like a bunch of different recipes that use the same thing for different things. Otherwise, like I have thing of like I buy like the tiny little things of like spices, and I mean you can usually only get like, I don't know, like maybe, oh gosh, we'll say max like 10 teaspoons out of them because they're so small. So not a ton, but those will end up expiring before I use them, and they're good for like 2 years. You have to smack it against the edge. You have to smack it against the edge of the counter. Oh, good tip. Good tip. YouTuber has a cloud bread video. I didn't know that it's from TikTok. I don't even know what cloud bread is. I'm afraid of blowing up balloons. Once one pops in your face. Oh yeah, yeah. I'll blow them up to like a certain point, but then after that, I'm like, okay, is it like full all around? Yep, looks good. That's as big as it's going. I used a spoon to pop it, so it's not so loud. Otherwise, I jump. Food saver bags to freeze perishables. Spices are cheap. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I need to just look into, more, or I just need to actually like be more responsible in making stuff. And what I need to do really is just I need to be making larger portions and then just turning around and freezing it, because you can put it in the freezer, for up to 6 months. So instead of making, just like a pound of hamburger at one time, make 5 pounds and then divide, take out the 1 pound that I'm going to use, take the other 4 pounds, divide it up, put it in the freezer into 4 separate servings. And then, it's done for the next 6 months or however long it takes me to go through it. Because usually, like if I make a pound of tacos, that will last me like 3 or 4 meals. So, that's 3 or 4 days of food. And so basically, it could make tacos, have tacos like every other week, make 5 pounds, and have tacos done, made for the next, 3 months. I buy spice in bulk, so I only have to get what I need. It's cheaper too. Spice can be expensive. She's definitely a good field channel. I mean, made in Japan. Okay, I'll have to check it out. Hey, Michelle. Yeah, and I mean, it's better to, eat and cook at home and cheaper than going out and spending money too. So, there's that. So that's always a good thing. Ooh, goofy. I got bit by the whole food bug for prices. Hey, Shanley, how are you? You ever have extra taco meat? Add some tomato paste with a little water, onions, peppers, make sloppy joes. Yep. Oh, yeah. That's a good one, too. Did anyone see Jeffrey's new vid? I haven't. Yes, Melzy, my video yesterday about Jeffree Star shading Jackie Aina. The first half of that video addresses what he really says in his video. His video was like 31 minutes long. But really there was only like 4 rumors that he addressed in his video. So if you want to go check out my video I did yesterday, about Jeffree Star shading Jackie Aina. The first half of that video is like the first 5 minutes is basically his addressing him addressing the rumors and my thoughts on that. Thoughts on the return of T-Trigger. Well, I watched the live and listened to all of that. I found it funny that they basically apologized to everyone that they got into fights with and like wronged and like wrongfully accused and like all that stuff. They apologized to everybody except for me. So I'm like, oh, funny that you can apologize to everybody but me. And then they gave Nick a backhanded apology where they said, I'm sorry that I called you an anti-Semite. You're probably not one. So not only... yeah, so to me, that was an apology. It's like, okay, well, sorry we called you that, but you're probably not one. But, we're going to throw probably in there just in case. It's like, really? Like you really said you're probably not one. So I'm like, wow. And then they, of course, were still in denial about everything. Somebody, I don't know, I couldn't see the live chat. The live chat wasn't working for me when I was watching the replay, so I don't know what people were saying. But obviously people were bringing up the whole situation with Will, and of course they wouldn't say his name, but it's like, okay, if you had the or if you were doing this stuff to this kid, now you're not even going to own up to it and say his name. And then they were trying to say that they didn't download any of his photos, but I literally have a screenshot of them saying that they're going to download his photos and analyze them because they believe they were photoshopped. Now, do I have proof that they actually downloaded the photos? No, but they said they were going to. So, but apparently they're going to be doing a podcast, some gardening channel, something. They're trying to say that they're going to stay out of drama, but I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's see here. I don't mean to pester you, just encourage you. Oh, no, you're fine, Ashley. I'm good, Shanley. How about yourself? Oh, you're good. Huh? I just saw that. Thanks, I wasn't sure. I could just sit there. Oh, no, you're fine. Yes, American Princess T-Trigger's back. The new channel is called Trig and Ivy. What do you think about people semi-doxing J-Star's grandmother? I haven't heard anything about that. I know people think that she's not real, but I haven't seen anything else about that. The apology to Nick was embarrassingly bad. I completely agree, Smudge. And when is this book going to be released? What book, Melzy? Ellie must be one after I reached out to her on Twitter. We got such bad vibes. Oops. Why did they even want to come back? I wouldn't even start a new channel after how they acted. Yeah, and they're basically just kind of doing the same thing of, I don't know, from what I could understand from their live was like, they want to prove that they've changed, and they wanted to apologize to everybody and say that they're sorry, and they're going to come back and they're going to prove that they're not the same people. And it's like, isn't that the same thing that every one of these influencers do? And then they turn around and doing the exact same thing. So we'll have to wait to see how long it is until they start subtweeting. We'll have to wait and see how long it is until on one of their podcasts they start talking about drama. And then all of a sudden it'll be like, okay, well, you're back to doing the same thing that you were before. I have no idea what happened. T-Trigger, would it be too much to ask for a quick... Excuse me. Jeez. A quick recap. So, long story short, T-Trigger came out as a drama channel for drama channel drama. So they reported on drama channels not holding, or their job was to report on drama channels and not, their job was to hold drama channels accountable for basically doing the same thing that influencers were doing. Okay. And so then there was this big blow up back and forth, basically, with the whole Here for the Tea thing and Ellie, and this Hartouche thread that now is believed to be fake. And this drove some people off the internet because they were being threatened. And then he started calling people basically racist, anti-Semitic, because they were using certain words that people didn't know were dog whistles. So if they didn't know they were dog whistles, how were they supposed to know? Stuff like that. And so then he was getting called out for basically doing that. And then let's see here. What else did they do? Then they attacked me by calling me a queen. And then he said that he meant it as a funny word ploy on the phrase of drama queen. And then I told him I didn't appreciate it. And then he said I forced him to come out as bisexual. And then they started to investigate a 14-year-old kid because they didn't believe that he was a kid, to the point where they said that they were going to analyze his photos because they thought they were photoshopped. And then even after they found out that he was a kid, it seemed that they were still looking into him. That's kind of like the quick recap. Is they T-Trigger and his wife? T-Trigger and his wife. I doubt they can stay away from the drama and the worst. Oh, the answer is that. They refuse to address things, and they read from the. Oh yeah, and the beginning of that thing was a written out script, and it's like, wow, if a drama channel or a beauty channel sat down and read a script out loud, they would get dragged by every other channel out there. If an influencer did that, excuse me, sat on camera and read out from a script word for word, every drama channel would drag them from here to there nonstop. But they literally sat there and read out a script. And I'm like, wow. They want their followers back. They have to have power and make some money. Once a troll, always a troll. Mm-hmm. Jeffrey would have someone else write it so we can deny it. Jeffrey's grandma has gone from mid-90s to about 103 in 1 year. Well, I don't know. I'm not too up to date with the Jeffree Star grandma drama. I'm not even going to lie. I don't think that J-Star's grandma was doxxed. J-Star asks people, please don't go and find your grandmother. She doesn't want to be found. J-Star claims he is writing an autobiography right now, but I'm not sure when it'll be released. Okay. Is it going to be titled Before the Wigs and the Wealth? Did he get that trademarked back when he said he was going to? I saw a thread with her full name and birth year. Oh, okay, I haven't seen that, Judy. I saw T-Trigger's live stream. I wasn't impressed. It seemed rehearsed and could have been fake to me. Yeah, it was a script is what it was. Who takes a plane from Calabasas to Orange County? So the whole photo was BS and is reposted and misleading. Well, I'm sure Jeffrey would take a plane from Calabasas to Orange County, though. Let's be honest. But yeah, that photo was a repost. We already know that. I didn't hear about the queen thing. I'm sorry I said that to you. That's awful. Yeah. Yikes. Thanks for the recap. Yep, no problem. At least Ellie addressed what happened and didn't run. Yeah, 100%. Like, and they talked about that in their live where they're like, well, after like the 6th or 7th live that Ellie did, we had to get on and defend ourselves. Well, Ellie was going on to her lives to talk with the people who had questions so she could explain what was happening. But when they came on and did their live, they didn't address any of the chat. They just showed screenshots trying to show how bad of a person Ellie was, but didn't show any screenshots of their involvement in anything, which I showed on my video with basically like the truth about T-Trigger or whatever it was, the shady truth about T-Trigger. I don't know. It's on my channel somewhere. I don't remember what it's called. But I got screenshots of like them in the DMs basically saying like, oh, we're going to troll this person. We're going to do this. Make sure we go and we get this person's like screen name after they leave Twitter so they can't get it back. Like, yeah, they tried to throw all the blame onto Ellie, but they were to blame too because they participated. And why would Mind of a Miracle be friends with them? Bree, I have no idea. I won't say who is allowed to be friends with who. If Miracle wants to be friends with them, she can be. Anybody else who wants to be friends with them, they can be. I just won't be friends with them. I don't trust them. Like, no. And when Ivy first started her channel, Conspiracy, I thought it was funny. And her and I were very friendly in the DMs. We would message, you know, back and forth every so often. And I don't know if maybe she stopped talking to me because I was a smaller channel than her because she had like 1,000 subscribers at the time and I maybe had like 100. But yeah, yeah, her and I, you know, were friendly. I was like, I love your stuff. It's so funny. Like all of her videos, like were super out there. And then she like just disappeared. So see, it's not okay when another drama channel influencer reads from a script, but it's okay when they do it. Those are the rules after all. Yeah, like you could tell that it was literally just read from a script. So I'm like, okay. And it would be different if it was like a bullet point, like say they had like, hey, I have these bullet points laid out, and it was just like, talk about this, talk about this, talk about this. But it was like a word for word script. I haven't heard anything about Mind of a Miracle lately. I don't think she's put out a video lately. Let's see here. Yeah, no, she hasn't put a video out in 3 weeks. So I know when she does videos though, like she doesn't like I try to put out like a video a day because there's always just so much drama going on. So like every day I try to cover something new, something different. I don't usually talk about the same subject over and over again. Will I talk about the same person for multiple instances? Yes, but I won't make, 3 videos about the same exact topic, but just rambling. But I'll try to put out at least a video once a day if possible. But like on, Tuesdays, I don't usually put a video out on Tuesdays because I have my live, but some days I do. It just depends on if there's anything to talk about. But I know that she doesn't like to do videos unless she is like really passionate about the subject that she's talking about. So there might not have been anything that has come out since she has put out her last video that she really cares to talk about or to address. So, I mean, it's been about 3 weeks since her last video, so I wouldn't doubt it. Maybe if there would be something that's going to come up here soon. Because to go, almost a month without some kind of drama that just like rubs you the wrong way, I don't know. I think that something's going to pop up that she's going to be like, okay, I'm sick of seeing this. I'm going to address it. But I don't know. Or maybe she's taking a break. Let's see here. I don't know. Let's check out her Twitter. Oops, I can't type. I mean, she's still on Twitter. Yeah. I mean, she just posted 8 minutes ago on Twitter. So she's still around. So I just think that there's really nothing that she really wants to talk about. So she'll be back, I'm sure. But I mean, I love her videos. Like when she does her videos, she's very thorough, she's very insightful, and she really like shows her opinion. So that's why I like her videos. The Jeffree Star grandma thing is the weirdest scandal I've ever witnessed. It's definitely an example of having too much time on one thing. Yeah, and like I think it's because like Jeffree always gets caught in so many like small lies for like no reason that people are like, okay, well, you said your grandma was this age, you said your grandma was this age, like, is she real? How old is she? Like, I can see like why people wouldn't believe him because of lying about stupid things for no reason. Like, you're a multi-millionaire, you know, you have all the money in the world. Like, why would you lie about like stupid things for no reason? And then, I mean, a lot of people are even wondering if she's real because he lied about who his mom was. Like, all the pictures that he used to post with his mom were actually his aunt. So yeah, he was like estranged from his mom, but he put up this front that he had a close relationship with his mom, but it was actually his aunt, instead of just saying, hey, this is my quote unquote mom, who's actually my aunt, you know, but she has been more of a mother figure to me than my actual mom has been. So I call her my mom, or I refer to her my mom. But no, he just lied and just said that this is my mom. So I don't know if J-Star was able to copyright the phrase, the title of his autobiography for him. I haven't seen any copyright from him for that, but I haven't looked for it personally lately. But, I mean, it could be coming. We shall see. She may be tired of the Shane, Jeffree, Tati, James saga and taking a break. Oh, yeah. I think everybody is tired of that. I think everybody wants it to get put to rest. Everyone just wants to know what actually happened. And I swear, if this comes back up again next year as Dramageddon 4, I'm going to be like, oh my God, like 3 years in a row, I cannot do this. But I think the only way that that will come up again next year is if this does go into the court system and everything gets made public record and people have to go on the record and issue statements that then become public record for people to read and people to analyze. I think that that's the only way that this will come up again. I don't think anybody's going to be releasing screenshots. The only way that I see things getting released from here on out, since everybody has said lawyers are involved, well, not everybody, Tati has said lawyers were involved, Jeffree has said lawyers are involved, Shane and James have remained silent on the issue. But if somebody's iCloud gets hacked or phone gets hacked and there's stuff on there, and that gets leaked, I think that's the only way that any of the information is going to come out, because if anything comes out about this whole situation, I feel like it's going to be traced back to the one of the four of them, and then that would then lead into more legal problems. But one thing, let me find that screenshot. Because when I was doing my Ryland Adams video the other day, where I talked about Ryland Adams speaks out against Shane Dawson, I was rereading his screenshot, and let's see here. The one that Reese that stuck back out to me again was when he said Shane very well would have posted a video exposing James had he felt so inclined. So to me, right there, that is saying that Shane has all of the evidence that he needs on James Charles to expose him for something if he chooses to do so. So again, remember how we were talking about James Charles hiding things in plain sight last year when he put Jeffree Star's text message into his video and he listed people off by name instead of blocking them out? Because he could have literally blocked them out and said, this person is going to go on camera, then this person and this person are going to tell their story. But he chose to include their names in the videos and not block them out. Well, here it literally says Shane very well would have posted a video exposing James had he felt so inclined. So to me, it seems that Shane has evidence on James Charles that he could use to expose him for something if he chooses to do so. So I know, like, when they were making that whole series, according to Tati, they were shifting it into a focus on James Charles and him doing things behind the scenes. So they were supposed to be interviewing people about that. So it's like, do they have these things recorded and now he's just holding on to them in case he needs them for anything? Because I'm sure once they were making that documentary and anybody who they interviewed, they probably had them sign some kind of consent waiver saying that anything that I say to you is you're able to use in your videos. Otherwise, that person could come back out and file a privacy complaint and say, hey, I didn't want this in the video. But as long as they signed a piece of paper saying anything that they did on camera is now property of Shane Dawson or Jeffree Star, then they can't do anything about it. So if they choose to release any of that information, if they signed a document saying, they consent to being filmed and recorded, then Shane owns the right to that, or Jeffree owns the right to that. Whoever owns the right to it can do whatever they want with it. I think you're right, and they're not trustworthy. Gave me an ick to my stomach. That's just my intuition. If J-Star grew up with his nan in Orange County, that doesn't sound like a poor life. Doesn't sound like a poor start in life. I thought only the rich live in Orange County. Maybe another fib. That I don't know, Milsey. That I don't know. It'll come up again when somebody comes out with a palette. That could be. I think we're in a different wig every day. Every other second has messed up Jeffree's brain. I mean, maybe too much wig glue. What do you think that's been going on with Ellen? And did you see B's tarot reading about her? I haven't seen B's video yet. That's on my to watch list. But I mean, from what I saw the other day, is that like the producers are actually the ones that are responsible for the day-to-day actions that happen on set and stuff like that. So those are the ones that should technically be getting held accountable. But when it's Ellen's name on the show, people are always going to associate anything that happens wrongly with that show with Ellen. Because even if she had nothing to do with it, every article that's going to be written about that is going to be so-and-so of the Ellen DeGeneres show. So I think if you're going to put your name physically on a show, you need to make sure that you are really hands-on with what's going on set. And if you don't want to be that hands-on with it, then don't have your actual name on the show. Like, because it's going to always come back on you, no matter what, if it's anything to do with you or not. We've heard things about Ellen being, terrible to her guests for years, so it doesn't surprise me that even more stuff is coming out. But I think that the executive producers are in charge of the day-to-day things on the show need to be held accountable, as well as her. Like, it's a 50-50 thing. Whether she has responsibilities with the day-to-day stuff or not, her name is on the show. So I wouldn't be surprised if her show is going to go under. Like, after quarantine is over, lockdown is over, and they go back to filming in regular studio, I feel like she's going to make an announcement and say, hey, I just, really enjoyed my time with Portia at the house. I want to make sure that we can spend more time together, travel more, stuff like that. So I'm not going to be coming back to the show. I think that that's what's going to happen. And no, they're not only rich people in Orange County. Yeah, I mean, there's poor people everywhere. Like, that's just a thing. I mean, like, Orange County is like just like the name of like the county. Orange County is not the city. That'd be like saying, like, isn't everybody in Beverly Hills rich? I think it was Tiffany Haddish. She said that she used to sleep in her car outside of people's houses in Beverly Hills. Definitely just depends on the part of Orange County. Okay. But I think that James Charles is slowly rebuilding his brand. Oh, I don't think that he's slowly rebuilding his brand. I think he's rebuilt it and he's just continuing to go. Everything that happened to him last year, like that's, it happened, but everything he lost, he has regained back and then some. Because he was at 16 million followers, I believe, and then he fell back down to 13, and now he's almost at 21. Let me see here. Let's see what he's at now. Yeah, he's at 20,000 or 20,700,000 subscribers, gain about 26.6 thousand subscribers a day. So probably around tomorrow, he'll be at 20.8 million. So I give him by the 1st of September, he'll be at like 21 million followers. So he might be surpassing Shane here soon. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Shane's at 21.7 million, losing 10,000 subscribers a day. So James at 20.7. So they're only 1 million subscribers apart. James gains 1 million subscribers basically every month. So, I mean, by the end of September, I would say James will overtake Shane in subscriber count. Plus, I don't know how Shane can get James Tock canceled since all Shane's bad content is coming out. I mean, it depends on what the allegations and evidence and whatever kind of content that he has. Like, no one knows what was said behind the scenes. No one knows what's really going on. So, I don't know. We shall see what happens with that. Is it just me, or is anyone else's screen freezing? Oh no, Melzy, I'm sorry. Hopefully it's just a bad connection. I used to think her and Portia were such power couples, so disappointed when the story's coming out. Yeah, I thought the same thing. Definitely agree about the Ellen thing and having her name on the show requiring more hands-on management. I don't think the show will end, though, as long as there's an audience for it. Yeah, but if the audience and the viewership drops, because basically, let's be honest, every year the show is on the air, basically everybody gets paid more. Like, that's why I personally think a lot of shows on like NBC, CBS, stuff like that don't usually last longer than 10 years, because basically by the 10th season, anybody who was on the original first episode, by the 10th season, they're basically demanding $1 million an episode. So it costs more and more and more each season that a show is on the air. Now, I don't know how much Ellen's getting paid per season, but I'm going to assume it's probably a decent amount of money. And so every year you need to have basically the same, if not more, viewership, because then you need to make sure that you're pulling in the same amount of money from your from your sponsors, but on top of that, from ad revenue from people wanting to put their commercials in your time slot because they know that you have the viewership. If the viewership starts to decline and she's not getting as many views as possible, advertisers aren't going to be paying as much money to be able to be in that time slot to get their commercials in that same time slot, because to them, with less viewers equals less return on investment. So they're going to decrease the amount of money that they're going to give them, or pull out altogether if the show doesn't agree to the terms of them paying less money. They'll be like, okay, fine. Then if you won't, we used to pay you $1 million per commercial. Now we're only going to pay you 500,000. And it's like, no, we want $1 million. And they'll say, you know what? Fine. You take 500,000 or nothing, and we walk. And so then they're going to be pulling in less money, which then is going to then tighten the budget, because most likely people don't take pay cuts, especially when it's around that. So I don't know. I feel like that's going to be what ends up happening if she starts to lose viewerships. I think one of the only shows that really, besides like the soap operas and stuff like that, is like really SVU. But I think see here, how much Olivia Benson makes per episode. So it's saying that Mariska Hargitay's current salary per episode is $500,000. But that show has been on the air, and she's been on since season 1 for 22 years. Typically, a show on primetime TV like that, after about 10 years, they usually get around $1 million an episode. So hers has been kind of low, but I think since she's not getting paid $1 million per episode, it has allowed the show to really last longer because they have more money for a budget and stuff like that. Now, do I think after 22 years, $500,000 might be a little low? Yes, but I feel like if she had a problem with the salary too, that she would have probably negotiated for more money or left the show, something like that. So I think sometimes people who do these shows expect, I mean, after 10 years, you're probably ready to move on anyways. So at that point, they're like, okay, give me the most money as possible for the last season and we'll call it quits. I asked about Ellen last week. Some more's come out. Kind of basically the same thing. You're right about Shane James. Ellen has enough fans who don't believe the stories for the show to keep going. But I mean, it's not the people who won't believe it, it's the people who will and will pull away, which will bring her viewership numbers down. She owns Game of Games and it's worldwide. Hey, Tempest. Yes, but again, she's probably making money off of that, yes. But again, it comes down to the commercials and the sponsors and stuff like that for the show. If nobody gives her money to be putting into the prizes, stuff like that, and advertisers are pulling out from her time slot, then she's not going to continue to do the show if she's not making money, or if she's not making as much money as she believes that she should be. Even with people staying at home, I think television viewership is going down. Even if it wasn't for these scandals, I wonder if the show can continue to survive. Well, I feel like a lot of people too, like, I mean, after so much TV, I feel like a lot of people kind of switch over to the internet. So I feel like YouTube viewership might have gone up versus television viewership might have gone down. People are trying to do other things instead of just sit on the couch and watch TV. You can go outside and go sit in the yard and watch YouTube. But if you have just regular cable, you can't do that with a lot of companies. I know some you can, and you can stream anywhere, but I don't know, that's what I'm thinking. But Price is Right has been on for decades. Oh yeah, like some game shows have lasted for years. I mean, just like in our last live stream, we talked about soap operas that have been on the air for like 70 some years. But I think it's because they are smart about what they do with their money, and they don't pay people outrageous salaries, stuff like that. Because Bob Barker was the host of that show since the beginning, basically. And he, is probably making decent money, but let's see how much Drew Carey is getting. Okay, well, apparently I'm wrong there. It says that Drew Carey is pulling in somewhere between $9 to $12.5 million per year doing The Price is Right. But I mean, that show could also have a huge viewership rating, which means that it would continue to pull in really decent money from advertisers. So, let's see here. And it said that Bob Barker was reportedly earning $10 million a year from The Price is Right. So, I mean, they're getting paid about the same. And it's not necessarily, because he was there as long, or because, he was there from the beginning, because obviously his salary would go up every year, inflation and stuff like that. But it comes down to the show. Like, is the viewership there? I mean, they probably could have ended up paying Drew Carey a little bit more, but I don't think that, they wanted to spend, shell out more money, because you have to make sure that the ratings are there. But from what I can tell, is The Price is Right is on is like every single day, right? Do they ever take a break? Because it's like Monday through Friday in like the middle of the afternoon. And I don't know if they ever take time off or they do reruns. And like the same thing with Jeopardy too. I don't know. I don't usually watch a lot of those shows anymore. I kind of sort of miss Tati. I feel like she'll be back, but I don't know if she'll be back anytime soon. Let's be honest. I actually just rewatched the James Charles Tati Jeffree Star messy makeup trivia, and in the beginning, he says like and like here's Tati, who's been around basically like forever, and has yet to have a scandal, so we have nothing. But here, after filming her 500 video for the week, is Tati Westbrook. And it's like, oh, okay, I don't know if that was like a little jinx there, but she sure was involved in a scandal real quick after that. What's going on with Jimmy Kimmel and his late night show has been canceled? I haven't heard anything about that. All the late night shows are now on YouTube. Yep, sit on the couch and watch Bruce Hates TV. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people these days aren't doing TV. Like, I just canceled. I had my subscription to AT&T TV Now, which I canceled because I found a thing called two apps. One called Lowcast, where it depends on like what area of the country you're in, that you can get your local channels, like your NBC, ABC, stuff like that, completely free streaming. And then another one called Pluto TV, which has basically like 200 TV channels live for free. And you can just watch whatever you want. So why would I be paying $50 a month for something that I barely use, basically to watch Drag Race is what it was for, when you can get it for free? So I downloaded those and I canceled that. So the only thing that I pay for now is Netflix. Same here. Barely watched TV since quarantine started. SVU is the only show that's still on. Yep, that one's still going. The original Law and Order is over. I need to binge a new series. Australians' options aren't the best. Oh no. I just watch local news, true crime, and home shopping. Otherwise, I'm on YouTube or listening to music. The Price Right is a good gig to have for sure. Oh yeah. The only show I binge is The Walking Dead. I've never seen The Walking Dead. True crime freaks me out. I miss The Price is Right. By this time, the virus under control, every celebrity will be canceled, right? That's true. But then I'll just make a way for a whole new bunch of celebrities for people to cancel. I love true crime. I got Unsolved Mysteries with Robert Stack as background. Oh my god, that theme song still just gives me chills. But on the Pluto TV app, there literally is a channel that does nothing but play reruns of Unsolved Mysteries from back in the day. I'd rather watch YouTube. I hate watching TV because the commercials are before streaming 100%. Exactly. Yeah. And like, even I used to pay for Hulu Live plus no ads. And even though you were paying for no ads, there were still certain channels that you couldn't pause, you couldn't fast forward, you couldn't skip commercials during a recorded like video. And I'm like, why am I paying extra money to be able to do this stuff? But you say due to streaming rights or streaming laws, certain videos you can't do this on. It's like, okay, you shouldn't be advertising that you can do that stuff when you can't do it for everything. So, because if you record anything, if you have a cable company and you have a DVR box, you can pause it and come back 2 hours later, basically, and pick up where you left off and fast forward through every commercial. But yet, for some reason, you can't do that with a streaming service, which makes no sense because it's getting sent over the internet versus coming through the cable company, which makes no sense at all. I can't cancel Robert Stack because he's passed on, but who knows, right? Well, I mean, don't be surprised with the internet these days. Internet TV is where it's at. Robert Stack's the original host of the Unsolved Mysteries, yes. I used to live on the block. That was the first episode on the new Unsolved Mysteries. The Roosevelt and Monumental Life building was in the background of my rooftop. Oh, wow. Didn't Bob Barker get into some kind of sex scandal? Yes, there was reports of sexual harassment behind the scenes. Night, Judy. I love Unsolved Mysteries. I used to watch when my siblings were young. I was so excited when I saw the return on Netflix. Yeah, well, and I love the new ones too. And don't get me wrong, like I love like a deeper investigation into stuff like that. But at the same time, I was like, you watch an older episode of Unsolved Mysteries, which are, were an hour, and they would go through like, 3 or 4 different things. So I don't know. I'm kind of up in the air. Like I like a longer deep dive into something, but then at the same time, if I'm not interested in it, then I'm not really going to continue to watch that one. And I know it was only like 6 episodes, but if you're not interested in one of the topics, then you're not going to watch the rest of it. Whereas if there's 3 or 4 topics in it, then you'll continue. Same thing with a YouTube video. You put 3 or 4 topics in a video. If you're only interested in watching one, you're going to watch that one topic and click off, or you're going to click on the video, not see that it's talking about what you want right away, and then leave and go to a different video. Bob Barker was accused of sexual harassment and getting a redhead model Holly fired for gaining weight. Okay. I love Unsolved Mysteries. I missed the scary reenactments of Unsolved Mysteries. Yeah, like, I mean, when I was a kid, like, every time we ended up watching Unsolved Mysteries, like, it just freaked me out. And I'd, like, run through the house, make sure all the doors were locked, make sure all the windows were locked. Because every single one of them always involved with somebody getting, like, kidnapped. And I'm like, it's gonna happen to me next. But yeah, even, like, hearing that music just, always just sends chills down my spine. It just always scared me. It was scary. I can't help it. But hopefully they do come out with some more episodes. I thought that they were going to, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But I thought they were going to come out with more episodes. So streaming services have a lot of restrictions depending on the network/studios that made the content. I believe that was the result of 2007's writer's strike. Okay. Well, and even too, I was watching, if anybody watched the TV show Las Vegas when it was on, I think it was USA just finally picked it back up to do reruns. And the original run of it had the it was like an Elvis Presley song that was the theme song of it. But now when you watch the reruns, they have changed the theme song because apparently the rights to the song were only for the original run of the series and not for basically reruns on a syndicated channel. So they had to put a different theme song on it. And because I was watching it and I was like, wait, this wasn't the original theme song, was it? So I had to like look it up and see that they did that. So I mean, there's even different rules basically for a theme song. If it's not an original theme song, that you might not be able to keep it on your TV show if you sell it to syndication to go on different channels. And also same thing on like DVDs. They weren't allowed to use the song on the DVDs. They had to use a different song. So I found that quite odd. I hate the Lost Treasure Unsolved Mysteries. Right? Well, yeah. And then you always just want to go out and see if you can find it. Like, you're like, well, if they couldn't find it, do you think I could find it? Do you think that it's real? Maybe it was real. I want to go find it now. Or The Man in the Wardrobe. What about The Man in the Wardrobe? They were so boring. I don't like. I mean, some of them were interesting, but I mean, not all of them. The old unsolved mystery themes, my ringtone when the county calls with alerts. Oh no. My mom found her biological father by calling the number at the end of Unsolved Mysteries in the 80s. Oh wow. The only thing I can remember from the writer's strike is that it canceling Pushing Daisy, or because Pushing Daisy was canceled and it hurt me to my core. Also because it was my first year in film school and it was all we talked about. Pushing Daisies was such a good show. I love that show so much. Yes, and also, do you know what came out of the writer's strike of 2007 was all of these reality TV shows. Why? Because you didn't have to have writers to write things. You needed like two people to come up with ideas about what to do a show about and like possible challenges if it was like a challenge show, and then a person to basically write the scripts kind of for the host. And really that was it. And so they took it down from needing 50 writers to needing 5. Paranormal vids on YouTube seem so staged. I mean, some are, some aren't, but hey, Irish, how are you? Yeah, Ashley, did they talk about your mom's story on an episode? Hey, Cindy, I'm doing well. I hope you're doing good too. Oh, I remember Pushing Daisies. I was so sad it got canceled. Yeah, it was so good. What else got canceled? Oh no, that didn't get canceled. What was that one with Christina Applegate where she has amnesia? Oh, I don't remember what that one was. But I can't remember if that one got canceled because of the writer's strike or if she canceled that one because I think that's when she found out that she possibly had breast cancer. Or maybe it was around the same time. But I thought, what was that called? Have you heard of Louis the Baddest Piara? Really? No, I have not. Oh, let's Google it. Let's see here. Going through it. Samantha Who. There we go. It was called Samantha Who. Yes, yes, Mr. Harrison, Samantha Who, American Princess, Samantha Who. Yeah. And that was in, when was that? Samantha Who. Yeah, see, Samantha Who went from 2007 to 2009. So I don't know if that got canceled from the writer's strike or because at the same time, I think that's also when she did find out that she got breast cancer too. So I think she also wanted to take time off of the show. So instead of continuing on the show, she just said, you know what, basically we have the writer's strike going on and I'm dealing with this personal stuff. So I think that's possibly maybe why it kind of got ended because of both. So no, it was a number saying if you're looking for someone to call, my grandfather nor my mother were part of it. Oh, okay. It started after the strike. Oh, okay. Did it? Well, I mean, they also could have had everything written at the same time, and then they didn't have anybody else to write anything. I think what was Dirt? Dirt was also because I know that Dirt got canceled because of the writer's strike. Yeah, and that was on from 2007 to 2008. Dirt about the gossip magazine that Courtney Cox ran. Because I remember I really liked that show. And that was on from 2007 to 2008. Had 2 seasons. Well, basically it was like a season and a half, wasn't it? Oh no, they had 20 episodes, so they got to 2 seasons. But then, let's see here. So first season, 13 episodes. But it doesn't say anything about cancellation. But like they didn't finish season 2 though because of the writer's strike, because they didn't really have anybody else to continue on writing the seasons, from what I remember. AJ Beauty. I love that show. I'm gonna start online school. They provide a laptop. Oh, that's awesome, Crystal. I was upset when they canceled the 4400 in 2007 and on a cliffhanger. Oh, that's the worst. And they couldn't even just like put out a statement about anything. Like, come on. ABC has axed Christina Applegate's sitcom Samantha Coo. According to Variety, the show has been expected to return for a third season, but was canceled due to budget tightening. Okay. Source told the paper that ABC needed to cut as much as $500,000 per episode from the TV show budget. Oh. I thought it got canceled because of personal reasons and then also the strike. I liked her too. Yeah, I thought that show was like really good, but you know, again, this is the time of like the writer strike and all that stuff. So I mean, and let's be honest, just because I like a show doesn't mean necessarily that it was good. So it also could have been canceled for poor ratings, but I didn't see anything on the thing about Dirt really going on there. Now, the thing is, though, is that if that happened, now, like I know, like Netflix picks up a lot of shows that if there's, you know, substantial demand for a show that they think that they'll still make money off of, you know, Netflix will pick up a show and continue it on. So I think, you know, we'll see with Netflix having even more money now, a lot of shows that possibly are getting canceled might end up moving over to Netflix. So I know that they've done that with a couple of things. So we'll have to see if that happens from here on out. Just random thinking. I was like, oh, why didn't like Netflix pick them up back in the day? But I feel like Netflix didn't even offer streaming back in 2007. Let's see here. Oh, no. Okay, so they introduced Netflix streaming in 2007. But, I mean, it's not like it was a big deal back then. And let's be honest, internet wasn't the best back then either. I mean, it was good, but not as good as it is now. But I remember when you actually got the Netflix DVDs in the mail. Like, I had Netflix back then, and it was awesome. Not gonna lie. But, you know, getting your DVD in the mail, watching it, and then mailing it back and waiting for your next one to come, kind of annoying because, you know, it took a few days. But on top of that, you could literally just have like a queue of things listed up that you wanted to watch. And then, you know, you put it in the mail, and like the next, you know, a few days later, bam, it comes into your house and you're good to watch it. But obviously now it's a lot better just to hop on and watch, you know, whatever movies you want at the touch of a button instead of having to wait for it to come in the mail. Oh my god, I love the 4400. I just recently watched all and was extremely disappointed that it was canceled. Yeah, I've never seen the 4400, but I also still haven't watched the rest of Supernatural either. A lot of shows that have been going relatively strong survived the writer strike. Newer shows are the ones that were the most affected, which is why I'm still depressed about pushing davies. Yeah, because I mean, if they had been on for a couple more seasons and had a larger following, then they probably could have made it through. Oh, perfect. Thank you, Brie. It was interesting show. Plus, I had Bill Campbell, who was gorgeous. Netflix did stream back then, but hadn't delved into online content. It came out years later. Yeah, they first started doing streaming in 2007, but I don't think like it. Obviously, whenever it's new, people, you know, are like a little bit hesitant. So I think if streaming had been out for a few years prior, they could have possibly pulled some of those shows onto Netflix and continued them on. But you know, it is what it is. That's just life. That's the way life works. So, all right. But we have entered our 2-hour mark. So we're going to call it an end here. Thank you guys so much for coming to hang out tonight and chat. I will do my stream on Twitch tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central. So definitely, if you're not following me on Twitch, I have a link down in the description. You can come follow me on Twitch. It's free to follow. We just chat and I play random games by myself or with other people. So it's a good time. We chat about random things. If you do like my beautiful hoodie here, I do have my merch link down in the description box down below as well. So definitely go and check that out. There is a 25% off discount code in the description box that you can use if you choose to purchase anything. But that is everything for today. And I will see you guys all next time. All right. Bye, everybody.